on, guys? Michael from GPURisers.com, and today we are back at the facility here at Terra Hosting, so it's going to be a Terra video. I'm outside of the facility right now. We have the Mining King that's inside. We just got here, so I'm going to go ahead and go inside, show you guys a little bit about what we're doing. We've actually been here for probably about 3-4 days now. I just haven't done any vlogs. It's been non-stop work since I picked up the Mining King. So today it's a Sunday today. I'm not sure when this video will be released, probably about a week after. We got a ton done. I'll go over a little bit of what we did in there, a little bit of what we still need to do, but today's kind of going to be more of a relaxing day, probably only be here about 5-6 hours. So let's go ahead and get in. All right, guys, so we are in the front here. Real quick, I'll show you guys the keys that we have. We actually have security keys and locks on all the doors in the facility. These were made specifically for this. It's kind of interesting. If you lose these keys, you actually have to have a backup card, and you have to mail in the card for them to mail you another key. And if you can look at there on the keys, they are kind of unique, very interesting. Again, we are kind of big on security here. We didn't want regular deadbolts or locks or anything like that, so we decided to go with something like that. But here is the facility. Let me go ahead and turn on the lights over here. Now you can see a couple different things that we have here. We have I think an E9 Pro we have right there. We have a S19 Pro. These will be going to Virginia. And we also have some backup internet right here that we have our Wi-Fi and stuff like that. We don't want mixed with the mining farm and everything like that. So you can see some stuff right here. These are all L7 boxes. These two are empty because they're running in the facility here. But we have I think 11 total, or maybe 10 total. I think it's 10. So all these I took out yesterday, put up right here. I know this is a little not conventional, but hooked them all up. Just made sure they ran, loaded up the client's all of his wallets and his pool address and everything like that. It's a lot easier to do the maintenance work here if there's an issue with an ASIC. So we like to get all of them pre-done here, and then we bring them up to our facility in Virginia. But yeah, guys, we just have been deploying a ton of people recently. We have these new ones here. This client had about, I think, 50 total cards, or no, not 50 total cards, about, how many do you have? 5 full. I can't remember if the rigs are filled. I think it's just 40 cards. I think they are all filled. So, but you can see the Red Devils that are there. You can actually see these were the boxes for this specific client. Actually, this was, I think, 2 clients. But 40 of them were there. We had another client that had about 80, so that was 10 full R8s. And yeah, most of these are 6800, 6900 XT, so they're really beefy cards. But we have them running on Caspa, and the Mining King, of course, tuned them the best that you can tune them. He's like an expert with overclock. So we actually have 10 rigs with 6800, 6900 XTs, all mining Caspa right at around, I want to say, I don't know the total wattage, but it's pretty low. He wanted an X amount per month in electric that he could pay. He didn't really want to go above that, and that amount is pretty low for what these cards are. And of course, Caspa is a very efficient algorithm, so that does help out too. So yeah, guys, we have some stuff everywhere. Recently, we had a member of the team leave the company. We can't really go into details on why, but we had to make a tough decision there. So Adam, or Coolbuster, Adam, people know him as Adam if you're a customer of ours, but if not, then his handle was Coolbuster. So we had to make a tough decision, but me and the Mining King have been doing a lot of work here recently, so there's a lot of stuff everywhere. We're having to redo some things. So it's just one of those things with business, something comes out of left field and you got to deal with it right away. So you can see the Ethernet wires running to different things. Let's see, Lumen updates. I'm not allowed to talk about Lumen updates here. Mining King does not want Lumen updates going because honestly there is no update with Lumen. It's difficult. We can't give time frames for when Lumen might be in here. And it's really, really frustrating. We have, our Cumulus nodes ready to go, pre-wired everything. We have our tight nodes in there. I can bring you guys over there. can see all these in there. I think I showed you guys last time, but yeah, it's all the servers. So we have tons of this stuff ready to go, but Lumen just can't give updates. You know, we'll have 1 week where they'll come in and they'll do, you know, they brought the wire in, then they have to do the wire outside, then they have to, they brought in something, I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm allowed to show it for network security and stuff like that, but they bring in one thing, they install that, then they wait a couple weeks and they bring in another thing, and then it's kind of just like, you know, when is this thing actually going to get installed? When we first initially signed a contract with them, they said 90 to 120 business days, which is steep, but they kept telling us over and over again, you know, it's likely that this will not be that long. So we kind of held on with hope with that, but we got to the point where, you know, about a month or two ago, we kind of just had to start telling clients, like, we wish we could give you time, but we can't. And so that's why in the beginning, when clients would reach out for colos or node hosting, like Cumulus Nodes, Nimbus, Stratus, whatever it is, we can host it all here. We took on a couple people that did like a pre-order for Cumulus Node because we thought we were only going to be about a month or two out because we would be talking with Lumen multiple times a week. But now we don't, you know, for people that are interested in colos out there and everything like that, we're happy to talk and everything like that. I want to say maybe Lumen might be in here within the next month, but even if they are in here in the next month, that's just like the cable that's lit up in here. We still have to do all the networking and all this, you know, the router has to talk with the switches have to talk with the other switches, you know what I mean? There's just like a ton of work on that end to do. So yeah, guys, that end is going to be probably, I want to say a couple months out, honestly, if I had to give some kind of time frame. I'm not allowed to give a time frame, but if I had to, I would say a couple months. So today at Terra's facility, we are kind of just going to be doing housekeeping stuff. You can kind of see right here, it's kind of all over the place. I mean, it looks like just a nest, and it does not look good. The reason why is these were honestly always taking these down, especially these specific clients. We're always taking them down, putting them back up. You can see some that have the power supplies on the top, some on the bottom. So it's kind of just, we have been just doing a lot of maintenance on these recently, and when you're taking them out and putting them back in, it's you know, you don't want to have everything zip tied and all nice and neat. So right now we're going to leave this like this, but once this gets solidified, because these are a lot of new clients, so after about a month, that's when we'll start tidying up everything. But yeah, it's kind of just moving along like that here. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. Again, yeah, we have these ASICs that we will be bringing to Virginia. Those will probably be up there, I want to say, sometime next week. Hopefully, the earlier the better. So there are more. The client that has these has probably about 46 more that will be coming to Terra's facility here. And so I will get those ready, get those preloaded, put them back in the box, and we'll get those to Virginia. That probably won't be for another couple weeks. But other than that, that's going to be everything, I think, for this vlog. I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update. Again, you know, I was planning on doing more vlogs while I was here, but it's just kind of like constant. So, you know, every client that we have to get up, we have to take all the cards out of the box, look at the condition of the cards. We have to, you know, crack open an R8, get everything all clean from the cards that came here from the clients. Then we have to load up, you know, overclocks, and then it's always like, and King noticed this in one of the other clients that we had that came in. We had one R8 rig where we had, I think it was either 8 of these 6800 XTs or 8 of the 6900 XTs, and just one card won't read. No reason why. We tried 2 different R8s, replaced ribbon cables on it, and King did all this, but he replaced everything. And then we would isolate them on the test bench, and all of them would work on the test bench. So it's kind of like an unknown thing, but we did isolate it down to one card. So I think the client's going to RMA that card, but it's things like that where like you'll walk in one day and it's like, okay, and this is like any business, right? Like you walk in and you're like, I got 10 things to do. Each one should only take about 30 minutes. So that's great. The first thing you do, which is what happened to King the other day,
is you deal with this one thing that's supposed to take half an hour ends up taking over half the day. And then it's like, okay, you know, then everything just starts rolling. But I know a lot of you guys out there have your own businesses, your own mining businesses and everything like that. So I'm kind of speaking to the choir here. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update what's going on here at Terra Hosting. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to be everything for this video. If you guys do have any flags, we do put them all up here. I'll walk by just real quickly. You'll see a couple names that you recognize, but we are filling up the whole facility with flags. So if you have a flag and you want it up in here, please reach out, drop a comment down below, and just reach out to us on Discord. We'd be happy to put it up, more than happy to put it up. Again, this is a community-driven data center. Yeah, that's gonna be everything, guys, but I'm gonna get back to work because King is sitting in the office staring at me walk around with my GoPro while he's working hard. So I'm gonna go get back to work, but we'll see you guys in the next one.